Hello and welcome to your reading. My name's Rowan. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope that you find what you need from either this video or any of the others on my channel. Just remember, if this isn't your story, don't try to make it fit, because I'm reading for lots of people. If you would like a more personalized reading, we do those one-on-one, so you can look at my website for that, Reiki or animal communication. If you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all of the birthday comments in my last video. I love you guys so much. And just generally letting me know what you think of these. This channel wouldn't exist without you guys, and I appreciate everything. Especially you taking the time to watch. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is, I've been spending the last couple of days reflecting on what Spirit wants me to talk about next, because a lot of these readings have been consecutive, and they're starting to change a little bit. So there's some new energy coming in. I was seeing a lot of computer servers in the last few days in my dreams. This also came up in some of the stuff I was seeing online. Just rows of computer servers. So we're going to get some information on that, because there's something about this that Spirit really wants me to talk about. Because I spent a few days actually asking if this is where they want to start. So the servers can be about connection for some people, but I feel like for most of you there is actually some kind of energy that's in the background of your life or has affected things for you that has to do with technology or people that are like connecting with your data online in some way. And like, you'll be aware of this if this is for you. These are never meant to like be scary or anything like that. Alright, so we have the gods ain't listening to this is the first thing here. So we have some karmic energy coming up. We have everything is always going right for me, so this is your energy. Divine guidance, trust, and protection. We have this is a complex situation. We have getting sick. This isn't for you guys. I feel like this is for whatever karmic energy is connected to like these rows of computer servers. We also have racism is relevant here. White supremacy. I don't know how to like say that for YouTube. Eugenics. And then we also have freak out. For some of you, there's a group of people that are connected to racism here. It's in the background, okay? For a lot of you, I feel like you're already aware of this group. We have unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. So they might have... There was someone in the background that might have been like a racist or connected to an organization here that made you feel overwhelmed, like you needed space, and unappreciated. So I feel like you were in touch with these people at some point, or perhaps like, yeah, we have absence. Like, they're no longer in your life now. You might have been connected to them through a job or something like that. Like, I don't feel like you wanted these people around. We also have damage. I'm getting like homophobic vibes as well. So some of you, it's not racism, but it's something else about your identity that these people were targeting here or something like that. Like, I'm almost getting somebody trying to hold you down because I'm seeing like a fist pushing down on somebody. And I feel like you got away from that because Spirit and your angels guided you away. We have listening for truth. This is connected to number 36. So you heard Spirit very clearly and got out of the situation. We have number 9. What do you feel? So you tuned into yourself. And then it says, be the hunter, not the hunted, number 8. So you are definitely in a power position here. We also have an owl coming up. And if you guys watched some of my previous readings, the birds of prey have been offering a lot of assistance for the collective at this time and helping you guys to follow your own rhythm, number 5. Let's see, we're going to get some tarot. I apologize for the lighting. When it's bright in here, I'm an RVer, so I don't have amazing lighting or an amazing setup at the moment. So I apologize that you guys can't see the cards. Alright, what else, please? Oh. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups. So this is the energy that you're moving into right now. And in this card, let's see, this is the Fountain Tarot. So in this card we have kind of like temple steps leading up to like an open hand. It's either a person jumping or like an open hand. And I'm getting it's an open hand for you guys. And this was a theme in previous readings as well. Okay, we have the Tower in reverse coming up for an energy that you're leaving that's now passing back to this other group that was connected to you in some way. This group of like hating-ass individuals. Okay, so it's almost like they were trying to put their towers onto you. And I'm going to see if I can show you guys these cards in some way here, because I would like you to see them, but come on now. There we go. So this 10 of Cups is like a reverse. It's like an inverse of the Tower. It's like you've managed to flip this over, and now you're in this like more empowered energy. We also have a 3 of Pentacles coming up. And, you know, we have a lot of soul family that's going to be coming in soon here. With this 8 of Pentacles, you've been building towards this for quite some time, and you haven't lost hope with the Star coming up. With the Hanged Man, so you're still in kind of a paused energy, or like a reflective energy right now. And that's just so that you can make sure that you see all the loose ends that need tying up before moving on. A lot of you will, be like physically moving, leaving a situation. A lot of you left a job that had like some of these weird people connected to it, or a community where like everybody's on demon time. There's something about that here. And this has been for a lot of people. But this Ace of Cups is you taking a new position. And it's actually being brought in by birds here. Birds are really important for you guys right now. Definitely listen to the birds. What else, please, Spirit? Okay, you got the word conflict. Trouble in paradise, I'm hearing. This is for the people that were working against you. They're being removed. So, like, you might have seen a complete change in the energy all of a sudden. And it's because these people, like, literally can't work on you anymore. If somebody was doing spiritual work on you, they are blocked. Because their life has become so chaotic that they can't do anything to you. For some of you, I'm seeing, like, cleaning supplies. This person... Somebody might be a janitor here, or connected to some kind of janitorial position. That's for somebody. But I feel like for a lot of you, like, these people are having to do cleanup because they were doing some illegal shit that they shouldn't be doing. And, they got eyes on them now. I'm also seeing an ambulance. If they weren't doing something that's illegal in the 3D, there's also this sense of people having damage done to them in some way, like injury and stuff like that. Wow, 5 of Coins and Queen of Cups. So you're coming up as this Queen of Cups. Like, you didn't really wish this on these people. You just prayed to Spirit to take care of it, and Spirit is taking care of it. I'm definitely feeling Mahakali energy here, so if you are connected to her, she is taking care of these people for you. She's making sure they don't have the resources to mess with you anymore with this 5 of Pentacles. Let's see, we also have the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Wands here. So you're in a new energy right now of, like, having a lot more gratitude for what you have. For some of you, you're just like, I made it out. I'm so grateful for any second that I'm alive right now. It's really that type of energy. And with the 2 of Wands, this is you moving into, like, a state where you can visualize again. Because for a long time, you weren't able to visualize your life anymore. And now you're moving back into that. And it's interesting because this almost looks like chopsticks here. And, you know, this is you learning how to move things in your life again. I'm seeing a little kid learning to use chopsticks, and they're kind of awkward, and it's like you haven't been able to properly visualize your life in a long time because you had all these people messing with you. You just were so focused on survival. So it's like you're relearning how to actually manipulate things in your energy again, in a good way, like being able to control your own energy while also having more satisfaction in your day-to-day. Let's see what else. Okay, they want some herbs here. We have sweetgrass. If you are connected to the 4 medicines, you may want to work with sweetgrass to kind of uplift yourself once again. And I'm also hearing, like, praise spirit. You know, whatever your higher power connection is. You know, your ancestors, your animals, your plant guides. Everybody's been working overtime. And there's this real sense of, like, almost wanting to have a little party with them. We have the 9 of Swords here with pomegranate. Yeah, these people are in the underworld right now. Like, they put you in the underworld for so long, just really having to deal with so much heavy stuff. Like, just so many dark nights of the soul that it's almost like it was an initiation from spirit, but it also was made way harder than it needed to be by these people. So with this energy, you know, I'm kind of seeing you, like, finally leaving the underworld and these people being introduced. If some of these people were doing some kind of fraud, like identity fraud, or like trying to step into your energy in some way, or switch something with you, Spirit's like, okay, you know, you want to do what the collective is doing, you're going to go to the underworld too, because this is where you've had these people living. Show up. Like, if you think you can do better, go for it. And they're not able to do better, obviously. Now we have the Six of Wands here with Nasturtium. I'd like to show you this card. See all these votive candles? There's a real need to, like, do some rituals, you know, some Thanksgiving rituals, some love rituals for yourself, just celebrating what you've been through. You might want to do a novena as well. Like, those are novena candles, meaning they're meant to be lit for about a week, and it's like a longer term ritual that you do a little bit every day. We also have white sage. There's a lot about the medicines here. A lot of clearing, a lot of uplifting yet again. And I was just talking about novena candles literally before I started this reading. I'm seeing fall leaves. You guys might just want to enjoy the fall. And if you're watching at a different time than when I'm posting, then, you know, these are timeless messages. So just enjoy the season that you're in. But I think that the fall is relevant no matter when you're watching, because there's this sense of needing to let go of a lot of energy and perhaps a lot of physical possessions too before your next phase. So don't be afraid if things are kind of leaving your life, because it's making room for something much better. Let's see, we have cattails here. Spirit is saying that you've been extremely resourceful. Some of you have been dealing with extreme poverty, and Spirit's been leaving you feathers as just letting you know that they're taking care of things in the background and they're listening to you, but it's taking longer than maybe you would like. The air spirits are very present for you guys right now, especially the birds. And the air spirits are present because there's been a lot of talk in the background. Just a lot of, like, negative speech over your life. And the wind spirits are the ones who kind of oversee speech, gossip, things like this. Okay? So I'm going to show you these as well, because these cards are beautiful. But look at all of these different feathers here. So depending on what you've seen here, the white feathers are about clearing your energy. Like, this is Spirit purifying your energy. Black feathers mean that you're being protected, or that, you know, if there's some kind of negative energy, just surrender it to Spirit, because they're going to cleanse it out for you. They're going to just completely block it from getting to you. These stripy feathers, to me, are always that, you know, you have, like, positive watching spirits, like guardians looking after your property. And obviously these have different meanings to different people, but this is what I always get from them. Some of you might actually store your feathers in glass jars. That's for somebody. And you may want to keep them nearby if you are a writer. There's something here about reconnecting your spirit to, like, divine channels, because this was cut off for you because somebody was very jealous of your voice in the past. That's for someone. Now we have chicory. Yeah, this is really that energy of, like, a false, what's the word? I'm seeing, like, somebody trying to be you and not being good enough at it, because I'm seeing chicory coffee, and it just does not compare. Like, chicory is its own thing, and it's its own perfect thing by itself, but it's like this person is showing up as chicory trying to be somebody else, right? It's like you're the coffee, you're waking people up, you're keeping people going, and this chicory is just not going to compare. It has other jobs to do, and it's like this person's spirit is just not getting that, and that's why they're being put down, like put in their place, you know? And we also have raspberry here. This has been coming up a lot for you guys, but I think a lot of you have had hormone problems, and I'm not a doctor or, you know, a professional legal person or, you know, anything like that. So just take this as it resonates, because this is for entertainment purposes only. But a lot of you have had unexplained issues with your hormones fluctuating and stuff like that, and it's because somebody's been trying to take energy from you, especially from your sacral chakra. So it's been really messing things up. Whatever your gender, whatever the sex you were born with, your body's been out of whack, and this is gonna be like balancing out, Spirit is saying. And I don't feel like there's a ton you have to do to support this. Some of you may want to work with raspberry leaf, but I feel like for most of you, this is something that Spirit is just taking care of for you. Oh, they want me to switch decks. Okay. Tell me more about these servers. I feel like that's important. Okay, they want to start by saying with the dog here that Spirit is watching over you right now. Like, they're protecting you. So if something comes up here that's a little alarming for you guys, you know, don't feel bad about clicking off if it's, like, messing with you to think about. But they are saying that you're very, very protected from this energy. But there's something here that Spirit wants to explain to a lot of you about what's coming up with this. Somebody wanted you to be in a free fall in your life. We have technology. I'm going to show you these cards. So let me read the technology card. Computers, laptops, and tablets occur very commonly in dreams, so do heavier pieces of hardware, such as elevators or escalators. Often the technology malfunctions or proves frustrating in some other way. If it's a computer, your files might get deleted or corrupted, or you're unable to access them or receive messages or emails. If it's an elevator, blah, 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 we're not going to get into that. We think of technology as a servant programmed to obey our bidding. Hence, devices that malfunction in a dream show that we aren't in as much of control of a situation or relationship as we think. In your interpretation, consider the purpose of the technology. A dysfunctional email system might imply that you're struggling to connect or communicate to your true feelings to someone, or being insufficiently clear or emphatic about your needs. If this doesn't fit, look for other sources of frustration the dream might reflect. Something obstructing your career, the feeling that technology is passing you by. So for you guys, I feel like a lot of the technology stuff that I was sensing about the servers and things had to do with data. And this is something that came up in a previous reading. I posted a reading earlier in the week that you guys might want to check out if this resonates, about somebody that previously had access to a device for somebody, and they're trying to get back into your life to access a file that they stored on your computer to give them plausible deniability. That's not for everybody, but I want to repeat it because it's really important for the people it's meant for. Spirit is really trying to give everybody a heads up and remind them of red flags of anybody that might be returning in their life that has a connection to something bad from the past, okay? You might want to work with the fire element at this time to clear this out, again with those like novena candles and stuff like that. There's also something coming up here about honeybees. The honeybees have been really present this week as well. So the bees have been coming up because Spirit was showing me and talking to me about whenever bees like rob each other's hives. So I'm not talking about wasps getting into a beehive. I'm talking about two honeybees, and one nest or one hive is like a little bit weaker, and the other one runs out of nectar for the year. So whenever fall season hits, there's not as many blooming flowers and stuff, so there's no more nectar. And at a certain point, the other bees will come and try to rob certain other hives, especially ones that they view as weaker, so that they can get their honey and survive better. And Spirit was showing me that there's only a couple ways that you could deal with this, okay? Because they're saying that like these robbing bees or whatever are these sort of energetic parasite people that we've been seeing a lot in the collective in the past couple years, especially since 2020, that just have run out of their own energy or feel like insufficient in some way because they don't want to do the work to go internal and deal with their own demons, right? So they come after other people and are the demons in their life, essentially, and steal from them. It's a lot of like dark triad stuff with that. But anyway, these honeybees can only be kept out of a hive by either enclosing the hive completely or like shutting off entrance points. So for us, that's looking like setting boundaries where people cannot communicate with us anymore, not allowing those people into any of our outer or inner circles, and just shutting off access to our information and our location if possible completely, just having no access to us anymore. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it that Spirit was talking about was some beekeepers will actually put like fake honey in a field that's really far away from the one that's being robbed. So it really is just this idea of like putting an energy that that person's interested in somewhere else, or like giving that person almost a distraction so that they leave you alone. And obviously that's not for everybody, but that is a way that they do it. Like they'll put buckets of sugar water somewhere else so that the other bees are fed and they leave them alone. So you might want to look at that and think about that analogy, because that's something that Spirit brought to me really clearly this week. Okay. And we also have somebody that's walking in a spiral here, like walking in circles, and it's talking about being lost or losing something. I really think this is about that file or that data that the other person wants to access. And again, this could be a file that somebody literally put on your computer that they shouldn't even have on theirs, so they wanted to store it, and then maybe you broke up or something like that, or moved out or something. For most of you, this is like somebody else trying to access data about your life. Whether to use that for something criminal or just to be like in your business, whatever it is. But yeah, here's that technology card. You might even have dreams about numbers, kind of representing technology, but in dreams you're never going to be able to read a number. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's a way that you can see if you're lucid dreaming, is you train yourself to look at your watch, and then whenever you look at the watch, it's never going to actually say numbers, and that's how you know you're dreaming. But this is that free fall energy. Here's our honeybees, our fire, and then that person walking in circles trying to get your data or your information. And here's the dog. The goddess Diana or Artemis, they're the same goddess. Might be relevant for you guys. Hecate for somebody. But I feel like Diana or Artemis are definitely more of this time period, because they're the hunters, and this is like the hunting season coming up at the time I'm filming. Oh, we want to get some ancestor cards, actually. Divine ancestors, ancestors of the light, please bring through highest guidance for the collective. What do you want to help them with at this time? What do they need to know? And this also has fire on it. I don't know if you can see this. What do they need to know, please? Okay, everything is a little blocked here. Some of your ancestors want you to make food. This is strange and specific, but somebody's ancestors specifically liked oatmeal, and they liked it in a certain way. So if you had an ancestor that you know liked oatmeal or like cereal in a really specific or like unique way, they would like you to make that for them and leave it on the altar for a little bit as an offering. I saw this card in my head when I was shuffling. Back to basics. Simplify, reduce, or center. So this back to basics energy is about basic self-care, and especially energy hygiene, okay? So when I talk about energy hygiene, this is really the idea that, again, being really good with our boundaries, not allowing people in your life to play telephone and pass your information along, and being really clear about where your energy leaks are in terms of like spending time with people that drain you, committing to things that are too much for you, not spending enough time sleeping, eating, drinking water, all that really normal stuff. Some of you guys might have different bugs that are around right now, and I'm being told that, like, if you have these bugs around, because I have all these little stink bugs kind of just walking around here right now. They're on the outside of the screen. But if you have them, they're also among some of the little bugs, little animals. You might be seeing more of them in your yard or just around you when you're doing things during the day. And they're helping to clear the energy in your outer field. Again, I have a reading about this that came up the other day that goes into a lot more detail, but I was being told specifically bugs are helping with this. So if you find them in your house, try to put them outside instead of killing them, because they are actually trying to help you. And then I just opened to nature spirits. I love that. Exploring your creative side and upskilling, or, getting some kind of new work for yourself. Not new work, like enhancing any kind of skills for your career. This is a good time to be doing that, all right? Some of you may want to work the crossroads at this time to help release things. Some of you might want to be veiling or wearing something on your head or covering your hair whenever you're doing spiritual work right now. Because there was somebody that was doing a lot of work on your crown or work on your beauty, because some people work on people's hair as a way to, like, affect their beauty. I'm also seeing, like, clumps, like, more hair falling out than normal for somebody here. And I don't just mean, like, the seasonal aspect of that, because sometimes that happens before winter just naturally a little bit. I'm talking about, like, a remarkable loss of hair. So if you're noticing that, you might want to use protection oil in your hair, like rosemary oil, and just set intentions whenever you're in the shower that you're cleansing out any nasty energies. Possibly even wearing, like, evil eye charms and stuff like that. Whatever your protective charm is, I'm a real fan of the evil eye charms. I think they do a lot for you because it's just a way to focus the energy. And you don't need any of that stuff. I just think I really like having something to focus the energy on. I think it's very useful for us. All right, what else, please? Obsidian can also be helpful. Some of you like obsidian or black tourmaline for that kind of stuff. But if you use those, I'm being told that you should clear it every day. Like, there should be, maybe something with salt, like a little dish with salt that you put it in at the end of the day next to your bed or something like that, so it's not carrying that energy with you each day. Because those crystals, especially the black crystals, tend to fill up with negative energy quite quickly, and it can actually break your crystal. Yeah, some of you need to take more time out for resting or sleeping. And I was just talking about that goddess, Artemis energy, and we have some women on the cards that look like Greeks to me. Here's those nature spirits. So some of you might actually be seeing energies around your yard or the land around your home when you're driving and stuff like that, like in your neighborhood, of maybe like a cloaked looking figure or something like this, like almost a ghostly figure, and that's just the nature spirits in your area. Some of you also have ghosts in your area, especially if you live somewhere historic or near some kind of grave site, and that's normal at this time of year to see them. They're just working the land. Everything's okay with that. I was being told to tell you guys that, so don't be afraid of that. There's nothing wrong with them. I feel like they're very positive energies. Okay, and then here's explore your creative side. So for a lot of you, I do feel like it's writing. Because we had a lot of cards about writing here. For some of you, though, you might want to work with, like, charcoal or any kind of drawing, really. I'm even seeing somebody using crayons or drawing in their kids' coloring book or something like that. Whatever is calming for you. It's all about calming. Somebody, you might want to just record your day as well. All right? Here's that back to basics. I'm going to cover that up because YouTube doesn't like the booties, but you get it. Some of you might want to go hiking as well, because that kind of looked like a deer path or something to me. Okay, and then we have this upskill, which talks about the crossroads career, and we have some, again, like almost Greek-looking people. Alright, that's what I have for you guys. I hope this helps who it was meant to. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I do personal readings that are much more specific to this. I do animal communication readings, and I also do Reiki clearing and healing. So I do all of those remotely. I send them to you as a voice recording within 5 days of purchase. If you have any questions about it, you can reach me through my email, which is listed below, or you can go through my website. I will never reach out to you, so please don't get scammed, because there are unfortunately people that try to impersonate me, so don't get scammed out of your money. It's only going to happen through my website. Alright, that's what I have for you guys. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.